What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here. We are back on the centre map to do some more update stuff and things. And yes, I am in the tech transmitter. I'm actually inside here where all the little effects going on. It looks pretty dark cool. But today we are going to cover all the tech stuff that came with the update. So that's including the generator, the teleport pad, the mosasaur saddle, and there's also the underwater bases. But the underwater bases I'm going to cover it in another video because it's kind of structures, and it's, I don't know, I'm just going to cover it in a different video because I think trying to get through all this light is going to be a lot. But anyway, it's complete darkness when you're in the middle of this, so let's get out. Went the wrong way, but oh well, we got a jetpack. Can I move here, please? Go on. Superman. Nope. Bong. So, anyway, you've probably seen a couple of things around. This is the power generator right here. It looks amazing. It's an amazing model, amazing looking, and I hate that. I don't even press double jump. Sometimes you just press A and it slings you up. But, oh well, this looks absolutely amazing, and it's wireless power, which is really cool. So yeah, it's wireless power to everything, even to this. You're no longer going to need a normal generator, and I will show you that under here there is a normal generator, but it's not on, and there's no junction box to go with it, so there's no lines going into it. And yeah, it still powers it as well, so it does all kinds of different powers all kinds of different things that use electricity, like lights and everything else. Oh well. But yeah, it's really cool. It runs on element or element shards. Sorry, I don't know why I call it shards. Element shards. It runs on either, so you can either put normal element in it or just element shards. It's really up to you. Now it does have a distance. You can change the distance on how big you want the radius of the power to be. So if you can go on here and you can see mine is increased to the maximum, which is 10 times. You can minimize it by like 2 every time, and you can do it to 1. Then you can, oh, I just did it to 1, and if you go up here, oh, you see that little pulse there? That's how wide it is by 1. So it's like 1 around it in a circle, only powers it. So if you go up here now, it says unpowered. And you can always increase it, just gradually increase it if you want to. Let's just get it to 2 and I'll show you. 2, boom. So 2 things away from the generator it should be. Or actually, that's 3, isn't it? That's 1, 2. Yeah, it goes to here. So look, okay, there-ish. So that's not too bad. But the more you increase the range of the generator, the more element you will use. So I've got it on. Oh, I didn't want to access inventory. Oh, I increased it to the maximum, and it's pretty darn big, as you can see. It goes beyond. As you can see, it's a pretty damn far distance, to be perfectly honest with you. I probably don't even need it that far. Actually, I do, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, like I said, the bigger the distance you want to generate power for, the more element it will use, and the less distance, the less element used. That's just common knowledge, basically. But yeah, you can use either element or element shards, and to get the shards, it's not hard. They've actually added a blueprint in the tech replicator where you can actually craft shards out of normal element, and then if you got too many shards, you can actually craft element out of element shards. So you can either rip them apart or put them back together. And these are what they look like, just small chunks of element. And that's it. I've got an absolute ton of them. So yeah, that's the tech generator. There's nothing else you can say about it, really. It looks really cool. It does its job very well. The only thing that it's really expensive on, if you have the maximum range, is element. It does use a lot of element, and I've got a lot in there. But anyway, that's the generator done. Let's talk about the tech teleporter. Now, this is the tech teleporter. It is absolutely huge. It's like a flying saucer. It's absolutely huge, and I don't think it needs to be this goddamn big, because it just doesn't. Look. It does fit on like 6 foundations, and I'm getting stuck. But if they could decrease the size of this teleporter, it would be absolutely amazing, because trying to fit one of these in your base, it's really, really hard. Yeah, this is a teleport. It's big. It does what it says it does. It teleports you to different places. 4 element. Yes. This actually uses element shards to teleport you from place to place. The good thing about it can teleport you to multiple places with multiple teleporters. So you just place a teleport where you want to. See, I've got a teleport over there. Oh crap, I just went off the edge. Where I smelt my metal up. But you could place one at the caves if you really wanted to, but it's a rather big to place at an entrance to a cave. You can place it anywhere around the map. You can place multiple ones anywhere, then you can access all the locations from one teleport, which is really cool. The only downside I can see, well, there's actually a couple of downsides I can see for this teleporter is how big it is. It is too big to put in a single goddamn base when you're only building by yourself. It's way, way, way too big. They need to shrink it. And as I said, this does run on element shards, and as you can see, it says teleport. It's basically 4 element shards. That means it will cost 4 element shards. So you have to go into its inventory and put element shards into its inventory to be able to teleport you. But that is not the only thing. As you can see, it says powered as well. Now, if it's costing you element shards, surely it doesn't need power. But it does. It needs to be powered, which is silly to me. If you're using element to power it to make it teleport you, you shouldn't have to use power. But I'll do this. Let's deactivate that so it's not running. Then you go back over to the teleporter, and it needs power plus the element shards. But hang on, the element usually powers stuff. It powers the Tek replicator. It powers the Tek power generator. It powers this. Actually, no, that's actually. How does this get powered? I don't even know. I think it's by normal power. I'm not too sure. But it powers the shield generator. The element is supposed to power everything. It powers your armor. It powers the armor for the dinos. But yet, for the teleporter, you need power and element shards. To me, that makes absolutely no sense. It should be one or the other. And if they do just stick with the element shards, it's going to cost you a lot if you are trying to transport a lot of stuff. Let's put this back on. Now this says 4, right, this is just with me. We'll show you how it works. We'll go over and it comes up with the entire map and you can decide where you want to go. I've only got one teleporter, which is to my metal stuff. It's just like fast travel really, or when you spawn in. You spawn in, well, fast as you can like. It just takes a bit to load everything in. And then we're here. This is the metal place. And you can see, this is huge to put out one resource. This is absolutely massive. And I can't get over it, how big it is. So it still costs 4, right? Now, if we get this Anki, and this Anki is like full up on metal and everything, we put it on, and then we go back over, and it costs 534 element. What the hell? What is Ark playing at? Fair enough. This Anki is loaded up with an absolute huge ton of metal. So these teleporters go on by weight. The more weight you put on it, the more element shards it will cost you to teleport your stuff around. To me, that's a bit pointless and unfair, because element is going to be hard to get on like normal servers, official servers, where you just defeat the bosses and you get a certain amount of element. It's going to be hard to transfer like big dinos like Brontos or T-Rexes or Gigas to do something effective with them. So these teleporters are only really good if you're teleporting yourself. Even when I put a bunch of metal on me and I carry it over, it goes up. Look, I've only got this left. I put like 2,000 element shards in here. Now I did move an Anki across, and that was full up of metal, and it cost me over 1,000 element shards, and this is for one dino with some metal on it and me. That is ridiculous amounts of element shards. Now I could understand if it was element shards just powering it, but it's not. You need a generator to power it as well, so it's using twice as much element just to move you. It doesn't seem right. They need to do something with this. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with how big it is. I don't agree with the cost just because you've increased the weight that you put on it. And you shouldn't have to power it twice. Once with the actual power from the generator, and the second one with element shards. It should be one or the other, not both. It just seems element heavy. You need like a ton of element to be able to use this. So it's alright, but not exactly what I would prefer. They need to change it. In my opinion, need to change it. I'll hardly ever use it because it's going to cost way too much element just to use. No point. So, how much will all this cost? Well, let's find out, shall we? So, hey, it's not in here. Ooh, that's weird. Where would it be? Tech electronics, maybe? Nope. Electrical elevators? No. Where is it then? It should be in here. Crafting, metal. Would it be in this? Oh, okay. It's okay. I don't know why some of it's in that, but here's a tech power generator. So you want 30 element. Oh my god. You need 30 element, 2,400 metal. Ridiculous. 250 crystal, not too bad. 120 black pearls, that's a lot. And 500 polymer. Now that is a lot. Just to get a power generator, that is a lot. Now for the teleporter, you need 85 element, 2,500 metal, 600 crystal, 150 black pearls, and 1,200 polymer. This, I don't agree with the amount it costs to build it than the amount it costs to use it. It's like they're not even worth doing. They're just not. They're not worth doing whatsoever. But it's one of those. Because they've nerfed the flyers, they're trying to come up with alternative ways for people to get around the map. If you're on the center map, the center is a bloody big map with a ton of water to cross. Now, if you're not able to gather this many resources, like element, black pearls and everything, there's no point of building these teleporters. No point whatsoever, because they're going to come useless trying to transport all your dinos to a certain location. Not going to happen. It's ridiculous. They should not have done it. Lower the resources. You have to build it. Then make up your mind what you want to power the actual teleporter. The power generator itself or the element shards. Don't do both. It's stupid and reduce the size of the teleport pad. It's one of those. So that's my kind of a rant out the way. Sorry about that, but I think I'm right. And now, tech. Now we got two saddles. We've already covered the T-Rex saddle, but this is the Mosasaurus tech saddle. So you need 500 polymer, 225 metal, 370 crystal, 55 element, and 140 black pearls. Now these tech structures seems to heavily rely on a hell of a lot of metal and a hell of a lot of polymer. And polymer, it's all right to get, because this has got such a large inventory. It's got 600 slots. You could always go out and get organic polymer, not a problem. But the metal, 2,500 metal for like every single structure, that's a bit much. Why isn't my Anki eating? It should have a ton of berries on it, but it hasn't. But yeah, this is how much metal I've got on this guy. I just teleported over from there over to here, and it cost me a ton of element. I won't be making that trip a lot. I need to get some berries because he's going to go hungry, then he's going to die, and that's not going to be nice. Berries. Thank you. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the Mosasaur saddle, which I've already got in. Okay, well, just have all the berries, I don't care. Boop, boop, boopity bop, bidoop. Now, the Tek saddle, it looks amazing, just like the Rex one did. So let's jump down here, and as you can see, it's right there, glowing, and everything else. Splash landing. Meow. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It looks amazing, to be perfectly honest. It looks really good. Well, let's put it this way. From a distance, it looks amazing. It looks super, super good. Everything looks right. But if you get close to it and inspect it a bit more, it looks a bit shoddy. Look at the textures. They're really, really crap. You can actually see the seams in the work itself there. It's really crap if you look up close. The textures aren't quite right. They're not quite high definition. It doesn't look quite right, and there's no hitboxes for these fins, which is a bit stupid. That's like the downfall. Up close, it looks really crappy, but far away, it looks really, really cool. So we get on it. It's just like the normal Tek saddle, but it highlights some of the fins with some blue. It looks really cool. And if we can do this, it wouldn't let me this time, but you can actually, when you press the right thumbstick in, it actually comes up with the actual, when you equip it. And yeah, it's one of these. It doesn't look too good because you can't actually show it off in Xbox, which is really annoying because we have orbital camera, not a K camera. But yeah, you get the crosshairs as usual, and you can shoot. As you can see the bullets underwater. If we can let us go under it, there we go. You can see the bullets underwater. You have to keep clicking to shoot, and yet again, this uses element, so you have to put element into its inventory to be able to use this. But it's not the only use for it. And you think because it's an underwater thing, it can only shoot underwater. That is a lie. You can actually shoot above water with this. So if you go up top and you start shooting, you can just about see the bullets. They go through the water, which is actually really nice. So if you're coming up to an island that's got a base on the beach or something, you could come up to the surface and just start pounding everything. There's nothing on this beach. Can we reach over here? See, you can't see the bullets, but if your thing's on it, you can actually look at that. I'm doing damage to it. Yeah. You see, it's actually pretty cool, to be perfectly honest. I like how they've done it. It doesn't just shoot underwater, it shoots above water as well. Really, really nice. Just to be fair, the look of the saddle, it looks amazing in itself, but like I said, from a distance, yeah. If you're above water, it looks really cool, slithering through the water. It looks absolutely amazing. Look at that. It's like, yeah. And yeah, that's about it. It just looks cool, and you can't really get it when it's transforming because the camera goes up and down. But let's, yeah, as you just see it just about. You can see it. But that's about it. That's the saddle. It looks amazing. It's not super OP. The guns aren't super OP, so don't expect nothing huge or major. Let's see if we can take these out. Okay, it's not super accurate, and like I said, you gotta keep tapping the triggers to get anywhere. Boom, 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 boom. But look at that. It does 500 damage, and it actually turns properly. The maximum range is when your head is at a 90-degree angle. I do believe it can't shoot behind you or nothing. But it's still really cool for shooting, and that's about it. It looks really cool. Really, if you want to intimidate people, it's definitely the way to go, but it's not a necessary thing. It does give you a bit of an advantage from shooting from underwater, because it's one of those. It gives you just an advantage. So really nice looking, really good model. Just they need to update the graphics on the saddle a bit to make it, when you're up close, to make it a bit better. But overall, pretty darn cool. So that has also been a 20-minute video, and that is just covering some of the stuff. Okay, yam, 50 odd damage. And that is only covering some of the stuff that came with the update. Next, we'll have to cover the Tek underwater bases, but I'm going to do that in a different video because they're a whole new structure into itself. so I'm going to dedicate a video to it by itself. It probably deserves it. But yeah, let's get up. Yeah, boom. So that is going to be it for this video. Let's just recap on what we covered. We covered the power generator, or the Tek power generator. We covered the teleporters, which has got some bugs with it which they need to fix, and we also covered the Tek Mosa saddle. Now I do believe that's everything. The only other things they added that I told you about was the two blueprints that you can craft element from element shards, and you can craft element shards from element. That is the only thing. But anyway, if you like the video, don't forget to show the like button. Who's boss? By punching it in the face, crotch shot. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And as always, mortals, don't forget to share it with your family and your friends and around the world. But that is it. I am Mortal T, and I am out.